What should I do if someone is blackmailing me and threatening with consequences such as a false rape case, a false sexual harassment case, or sometimes even a non sexual false cheating case somewhere deep in the jungles of Jharkhand, where you know that the moment an FIR is registered, you are going to face a huge amount of time, effort, and the most important mental stress. Just today, someone messaged me and said, my father was falsely accused of rape. Money was extorted, couple of lakhs were given, and even then, after that, the girl went and filed a rape complaint. And this makes me want to talk about this very uncertain thing, that is extortion with the threat of false allegations. There have been a lot of occasions where people have talked about how money was extorted. I have multiple clients who have seen this situation. And from personal experience, I can say that no good ever comes out of paying the person who is committing the extortion. Because the thing with which the person is holding that extortion over you, that thing will not go away even if you pay the money. Ultimately, you will either have to go to court or to the police, or ultimately the person, after extorting as much as they can, do what they threatened you to do in the first place. And that is why, even though there is perhaps a 2 or a 5 or a 10% chance that this person, after taking the money, has a decent enough conscience that they will not file any false case against you, yet the fact that they can still hold it over you till time immemorial means that you have to take that risk and actually go to the police as well as to the court and take the necessary steps to ensure that this person is not able to extort any money out of you. The drawback, frankly, is also that this person will then definitely go ahead and file that false case against you, if for nothing else but to escape the allegation of extortion that has been now leveled against that person. Which means that you will have to then, if it's a false allegation such as rape or sexual harassment, if not sexual harassment, because sexual harassment is a bailable offense, but say an offense quite similar such as outraging the modesty of a woman, as well as rape being non-bailable offenses, you will then have to go and seek anticipatory bail. Or if unknown to you the FIR is registered, the police show up at your place and arrest you, then you will have to move regular bail. And I understand the temptation is much more greater that you avoid all of this and just pay off the person the money and have your fingers crossed that this person is not going to file that false case against you. Yet, once you do this, the chances of you getting anticipatory bail are far higher. And even if in the grave offense of rape, you do not get anticipatory bail, at most you suffer maybe a week or two of incarceration, of being in custody, and the court will have to take note of the fact that you have, prior to the complainant filing her allegation, her case with the police, a few days, weeks, or months prior to that happening, you reached out to the police as well as to the courts and sought your relief against the person and maybe other persons in the group of people who are trying to extort you, and the court will give you bail. What do? You go to court, you file a civil suit for injunction as well as damages. You file in all your pleadings, you mention that this person came to know you through this way. The first time the allegation started was at this point of time. If you have paid some money already, you also mention that amount as well. You fearlessly state everything to the court. You, after filing the civil suit for injunction as well as damages, you go to the police, you file your complaint under sections 388 and 389 of the Indian Penal Code, which makes extortion, putting the fear of false accusation in a person's mind, a punishable offense. Threats as well as putting the person in fear are both punishable under section 388 and 389 of the Indian Penal Code, punishable with, on certain occasions, up to 10 years of imprisonment, and on certain occasions even up to life. They're both cognizable offences. If the police do not register an FIR, you move the court under section 156 clause 3 of the Criminal Procedure Code. You ensure that appropriate steps are taken by you or through your lawyer, and the police initiate the appropriate remedies. Just last year, a prominent politician was arrested on the charge of rape. Upon investigation, the police found out that the complainant girl was trying to extort money, allegedly, from this politician. Therefore, registered an FIR against her as well under section 385, which is a little lesser penalty offense. The politician could have gone for 388, 389, which provide for a higher amount of sentence as well. However, I'm sure when they submit their charge sheet, they'll do the appropriate modification. But this woman was also arrested. She also spent some time in jail, after which the court granted her bail. So do not feel that you are without any remedy. You don't have any redressal mechanism. You do have that power with you to approach the courts of law. And for the aforementioned reasons, I feel that if someone is trying to commit an extortion on whatever grounds, it is far better to face the consequences in a trial after having gotten bail easily, rather than pay off the person and then have it hanging over your head. You don't know the next time, it could be the next day, it could be the next month, or it could be the next year, or maybe 10 years from the day that you make the payment, but that thing will still always be hanging over your head.